Welcome. Welcome back to Holistic Lifestyle Medicine. Most of you will agree with me that we are today the busiest ever. We have never experienced this pace of living that we're experiencing today. With the technological advancements, with the so-called progress, we live in a hyper-connected world. The whole world is at our fingertips through our devices, and so the pace at which we operate is very, very, very fast, super fast. And so today I wanted to make a case for slowing down. I wanted to make a case for even fully stopping, fully putting our tools down. And that this can seem very radical in a world that rewards constant, constant achievement, constant moving, constant acquiring, constant getting somewhere, climbing ladders, climbing rungs. This can feel very much like death. Slowing down and just stopping can feel like, whoa, you know. So, but the purpose of today's video is to make a case that actually slowing down or stopping and taking a complete stock of where we're at, how we're living, what our lifestyle is currently like, can actually set us up for a very different level of creativity and manifestation. So that's what I wanted to talk about in my video today. Because of this hyper connectivity, we are also getting very, very conditioned in terms of what we believe progress looks like, what we believe achievement looks like. So we're all really like running to the next promotion, the next salary rise, the next job opportunity, creating that new business, like traveling, because we're like, hyper connected. We're looking at what everyone else is doing. There's so much comparison. So in this urge to just go, 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 move, move, move faster and faster to, acquire everything that we want to acquire, to tick off all the dreams, desires, to achieve all the things we want to achieve, we can feel like slowing down is not an option. Stopping is not an option. It can feel like, what? I can't slow down right now. Many times when I talk about the kind of content, the kind of topics that I'm sharing here, the kind of responses I get back is, I don't have time for this. I don't have time for healing. I don't have time for mind-body medicine, lifestyle medicine. If I've got a headache, I'll just pop a Panadol, but I've got to keep going. I've got to keep moving. So I wanted to make a case today for lifestyle medicine, for healing work, for mind-body medicine work, from the angle of manifesting and creating. Because, as I said, often it can feel like if I slow down, if I put tools down, then how do I achieve all that I want to achieve? Because there's a sense of I have limited time and I want to get all this done. And that's why the kind of work that I describe here can take a backseat. It can seem unimportant. We don't prioritize it. So in this video, I actually want to propose, what if actually slowing down will make you go faster later? What if putting tools down now, taking stock of our lifestyle, of our, of our holistic being, of our thoughts, beliefs, patterns, habits, what if we prioritized healing childhood trauma? What if we prioritized all of that now in order to become even more efficient creators later? Then I would say anyone would go, yes. If I can go much faster later, if I can become more efficient, if I can go, create in a more easier, more integrated manner later, then a case can be made for slowing down. So currently, and I'm very ambitious myself. I've been highly driven for decades. I've always had ideas running in my head of I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to create this, I want to, you know. But I actually found that most of the times, like when I tried to create something, it went nowhere. Many years ago, my husband and I, with a business partner, we created a business, a very sort of soul, heartfelt business called Eka. It was a Whole Foods, bulk organic Whole Food store and a plant-based cafe, and also a community space for community events. And this business was ticked all the check boxes on my, like, what I, you know, what I, what literally lights me up, like what was resonating with me at that point in my life the most. I had just given birth to my daughter, quit my corporate career. My husband had quit his corporate career in the same year. And we both went on this road trip across Australia, came back and said, yeah, like we met this woman who already had the space, and we said, let's, turn this in, like, let's start a cafe and a store. 4 years later, we sold the business. The partnership split within the first year, and we were on our own after that. And 4 years later, we closed the business. It did not make us any financial profit. In fact, it drained us of our resources. I will always be thankful for that experience because it put me on the path of alternative natural medicine, natural lifestyle, plant-based food, all of that. So those are the non-financial benefits. But when I look back on those 4 years of my life, I tried to create that business while I myself was not well. I was extremely stressed. I'd just given birth. It was only 8 months after giving birth. My mind, body needed actually slowing down. It needed to pause and heal. Whereas I put myself fully into creating a business while still like breastfeeding this little infant. And it took its toll, and I was constantly in those 4 years in a state of high stress, in a state of like worrying about finances, worrying about how the business should be made sustainable. And it just never would pick up. It would just never. And now when I look back at it, I can feel energetically, of course it wasn't going to pick up, because I was creating from a space of exhaustion, from a space of fatigue, from a place of mentally, from a place of lack, from fear, from the story of separation. And when we create from all of that, sometimes things can click, but only for a short period of time, and they will not give you back the kind of well-being that when you create from a place of wholeness you get. So the benefit, I would say, of slowing down, even maybe fully stopping, putting tools down, doing that audit of our lifestyle, prioritizing first that I would like to heal myself first. I'd like to come into a place of wholeness, in a place of ease, in a place of integration, and then step into the world to create. Sometimes it can happen also parallelly. It's not a linear process. There is never an end to healing. But at least there's enough stability in the system through lifestyle medicine, through healing work, that one is at ease, at peace. Then creativity comes so much easier. Manifestation happens instantly. Work doesn't feel like work because we're in flow state. When we're healed, when we're at ease, when we're at ease, when we're at peace, we create from a place of wholeness, from a place of oneness. So naturally, we access what is usually called the flow state. And so creativity, projects, manifestation becomes a lot easier. Like it just feels like second nature. It's like a tap has been turned on and your body, mind, vessel is completely tuned in to, divine inspiration, divine, creative impulses. And this body, mind then just becomes an instrument. Like it's just tuned and you receive inspiration and you just do. And it happens so effortlessly, so seamlessly, that it does not feel like efforting at all. It doesn't feel like work at all. And that's why I said earlier that what one can then be doing in a week, in a month, is way more than, if one talks in terms of output and measurement, it would be a lot more than anything than anything that we would achieve when we're in a fragmented, tired, stressed, fatigued, unhealed state of mind body. So this is the case today for slowing down, for pausing, for prioritizing mind body medicine, for prioritizing lifestyle medicine. And, another example, when I started recently, a few months ago, I started writing my Substack blog, and every piece is written in one sitting. It just flows. These videos, most of these videos, it'll be like, I'll be having my breakfast, and the entire talk will just come in, and then all I have to do is turn the camera on and speak. Sometimes I'll take a few notes just to have talking points, but even that's not necessary. Whereas many years ago, I know I wanted to write, and I would try and write, and I would force, and I would sit down, and I would do everything one needs to write, and nothing would really come out. Or if it came out, it looked very fragmented. It didn't have cohesiveness. It wasn't, because it was coming from a fragmented mental state. Slowing down or pausing isn't going backwards. It can look like, well, when the entire mass of humanity is trying to rush and go forward, suddenly, you're like standing in the middle going, I've stopped. It can feel like you've been left behind. It can feel like you're going backwards, but actually you're not going backwards. Because when you've healed the mind-body system, creativity, manifestation goes to a new level. And and as I already said, it becomes effortless. I also wanted to make a point that when we create and manifest from a place of wholeness, from a place of integrated mind body, from a place of ease and peace, from flow states, the projects that we do, the kind of work that we do, is very beneficial for the whole collective. When we create from a place of the story of separation, from fatigue, from highly stressed out states, when our mind body is still running stories of fear and trauma, then the kind of work that we're supporting, or like in terms of the work that we're doing, the projects we're doing, can be very, very specific or very tailored to only gain or financial gain, or it doesn't have a lot more to it other than gain. And so in the last few months, I've connected with many women and men that are creating very simple offerings from a place of stillness, from a place of peace. And their little businesses, their little offerings are very beneficial for the collective, whether that is creating handcrafted, organic linen clothes, someone's creating natural beauty products, someone's offering, meditation online, and just so many, and none of these people are making millions, of course, but they're really, creating beautifully, creating slowly, creating wholesomely. So I will end here, and I'll end my case here for slowing, for stopping.